Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Purposive Communication class. So for today's topic, we're going to discuss about writing manuals. Writing manuals is under the topic of technical writing, wherein at the end of this discussion, you're about to create your own manual. So this one will be done by pair. So what do you mean by writing manual or a manual itself? All right. So manual, basically, these are the instructional documents that you see in our appliances, wherein, for example, you try to buy a new appliances and then you see there a book or any a document, a paper that is included in the box. So these manuals will help you understand on how are you going to use the appliances, or how are you going to use the equipment. So again, these are instructional documents that are designed to help users understand and effectively utilize a product, system, or any service that could help them look at the needs and what are the potential challenges that they are going to see or experience when they try to use certain appliance. All right. So when you are writing a manual, of course, you try to look at the following consideration. First, you need to identify the audience. Who do you think will read the manual that you're about to do? So therefore, you try to make your vocabulary, you try to make your language as simple as it is. No jargonic terms, meaning no terms that are specific to your field, but a term that will be understood by everyone. So even ordinary citizen can understand your language. So that's the purpose of the manual, because that manual can be utilized by any other people or any other individual in different ages, or even in different capability, mental capability. So therefore you need to make it simple. So next one also is, of course, you need to define the purpose. What's the purpose of trying to have that manual to the user? So look at the purpose. Why are you having it? So therefore, since you want them to understand and try to use the appliance or any equipment as easy as possible. So therefore, you need to make easier language, easier process, easier instructions for them to follow easily what is in the manual. And of course, another one is, since this is a manual, this is a presentation of the process of how it will be utilized. So therefore, there are sequential steps. So like what we have discussed in the principles of effective communication, you need to be consistent, you need to be logical, it should be organized. Why? Because if the steps are not organized, it will be hard for you to make the user, fill in what is in, or how are they going to use the equipment. So again, you need to be very particular with the sequential steps. It should be logical. It should be understood. You always think that you're not just a writer of the manual, but you are also the user of the manual. And of course, you need to create a table of contents out of it so that they will be, but other manuals to make it cheaper at the same time, to make it concise, not too bulky in the box, or what's this? Hindi ganun ka, hindi ganun ka aksaya in terms of the document. They make it short. So in short, they don't add any more table of contents. But so in short, when you try to lay out your manual, it still should be organized. All right, it still should be organized, even if they are just written in a small sheet of paper or whatsoever. All right. So another one is, of course, you need to choose a template that is not two visuals, because if you're going to look at the examples of different manuals, napakasimple lang talaga nung kanilang manual. You get what I mean? So therefore, you need to be very particular on what template are you going to use, because they are not for aesthetic. They are something to be read by our readers for them to use, correctly the appliances. So therefore, you need to use a clean and not too confusing template. So you may incorporate visuals if you think that the language that you're about to utilize are something like will create confusion to our readers. So therefore, you can incorporate visuals. All right. So another one is, of course, you need to include troubleshooting or the frequently asked questions. Why? Because if there will be cases that the equipment or any appliances would have a problem, it's easy for them to get and also to make amendments or make solutions out of the problem that they have encountered using your appliances or your invention. So again, always look at the perspective of the readers. So therefore, you need to look at what will be the major problem or any minor problem or any rules that they are about to use and they are about to follow when they try to use your equipment or any invention of yours. Of course, and also after doing everything, you need to review it. You need to review in terms of how it was written, the grammar, so that it will not be confusing, no misunderstanding, no misinterpretation, like that. And of course, if you try to look at the amendments already, the changes, you try to read it again, review it again, try to proofread, and then that's the time that you can revise already. So again, as I have told you, always look at the perspective of the reader and not the inventor. All right. So these are the parts of a manual. Of course, we have the cover page. Yung if usually we do the cover page, it depends. It depends on the size of the manual that you're about to create. But usually, if the appliance or the invention is too small, they make it also a manual that is small. So therefore, they don't create a too flowery or too aesthetic. Because in manual, aesthetic is simplicity. That's the thing for manual, ha. So cover page, this includes the product name, the logo, and any relevant images that sets the tone for the manual. Another one also is the part of manual is the title page and the copyright information, wherein you try to see, the readers will see the copyright details and also the version number. And of course, the preface. They add this one to discuss about the overview about the invention itself so that they will be guided on how they are going to navigate, what's the purpose of the invention, like that. And another one is, of course, a table of contents, so like the one I have told you. Some they have their table of contents, some they don't have. All right. So another one is a purpose section. This outlines objectives of the manual and would help our dear users to understand what to expect about the invention that you have. And of course, the audience section. This identifies the intended users for manual. But for the others, like appliances or any system and all, they have this one. But for the regular manual, for regular, appliances or any invention, they don't add this anymore because it adds to the pages. So you know that when it adds to the page, it adds to more costing. It makes the manual more expensive. All right. So this is the scope section also, wherein it covers what is does not and some disclaimers. And of course, overview of the main features and the step-by-step instruction. If you're going to look at the manual, the step-by-step instruction is the core of the manual because this is the heart of the manual. The readers don't read anymore the scope, don't read anymore the other things about like the table, the purpose, the audience, or whatsoever. Yes, they do read the features, but just the general overview of it. But the step-by-step instruction is the one that they are reading. But I know some of you don't read anymore the manuals. What you do is, and I am guilty about that also, you try to explore it first. And if it's not functioning, that's the time that you try to read the manual. But if it's in our country, I'm just gonna be speaking with my experience as a Filipino in our country. We don't usually read the manual, but we do read we do explore automatically the appliance or any inventions or anything that we have before, and then if there's a problem, there's a time that we try to get the manual already. But in other countries, before they explore the invention, what they do first is they read first the manual, which is different from us. All right. But anyway, maybe it's only for me, but for the others, I don't know. So, but for me, sometimes when we get excited, we try to look at first the equipment, and then if it's not working, and then you cannot see buttons or whatsoever, and then you don't look at whatever is you're looking for. That's the time that you try to get your manual. So again, the step-by-step instruction is very crucial because this is the heart of the manual. So you need to be very particular with the detailed procedural steps so that the things that you see there for the language or any words or any instructions that you can see at the manual will really guide our users to various tasks related to the product. So therefore, this is really the heart of the manual itself. So you need to be very particular with that. And of course, the troubleshooting section, this address the common issues like I have told you, problems that they may encounter when they try to use your equipment or you try to use your system or any invention. And of course, the frequently asked questions, the FAQ, which is this is a compilation of the common queries and of course their answers. And of course, the contact information of the inventor and also the one who got copyright of that invention. So details on how users can reach customer support or find additional resources also for help. All right. So this one, the glossary, the index, safety information, they are just parts. What's this? Additional parts that they try to include at the manual sometimes, but not all the time because as I have told you, most of our inventors are into the processes already. They try to eliminate other parts because the purpose of them is really to really reach out to users and try to understand what is the process of how are they going to use it. So that's all, everyone. So those are the parts of manual and writing manual. Again, the key for writing a manual is really looking into the perspective of the reader on how are they going to manipulate and try to utilize your invention. So for your presentation and submission of your work, so again, you're going to do and work with pair for the manual. So try to look at the parts that I have given to you. I will not be requiring all the parts to be included in the manual, but try to look at the important things that you need to add to your manual depending on the inventions that you have, imagined and try to put into your output. All right, so I guess that will be all, everyone. Have a nice day.